Remember the intelligence explosion we talked about last time? OpenAI just dropped a bombshell about who will actually survive this AI revolution. They're calling it the age of the agent orchestrator, and it's about to sort humanity into digital puppet masters and everyone else. The people who will thrive in this brave new hellscape aren't those who know how to do something, but those who know how to make AI do it for pennies, while everyone else is hemorrhaging cash paying humans. The new digital economy isn't replacing all jobs. It's creating a two-tier system where a tiny elite conducts the AI orchestra while the rest of us become economic roadkill. In this video, I'll show you exactly what skills you need to avoid joining the growing ranks of obsolete human resources. So stick around because literally everything depends on it. Shamil Hitesh Anadkot, we'll stick with that. Sorry, Mr. Anadkot, an applied AI researcher at OpenAI. He just published what insiders are calling the blueprint for the next economic extinction event, titled Age of the Agent Orchestrator. It confirms everything I've been warning about while adding new details about what direction we should take to remain ahead of the AI revolution. For decades, having specialized knowledge made you valuable, and it should still. If you knew Excel when nobody else did, you commanded higher pay. If you could code in the early internet days, you were absolute digital royalty. That era is over. According to Onondaga, expertise gets democratized in the AI era. All that knowledge you spent years acquiring, the moats protecting your economic value, they're evaporating faster than your retirement savings during a market crash. See, when I can upload a spreadsheet to ChatGPT, ask it to run complex statistical analysis and get perfect results without knowing a friggin' thing about statistics myself, you know times are changing rapidly. So what replaces knowledge as a scarce resource? According to OpenAI's insider, the scarce thing becomes who can orchestrate resources well. Compute, capital, access to data, and human expert judgment. Will Depew, OpenAI's self-described master of slop, yep, that's his actual title, puts it even more bluntly. The future of work is like StarCraft or Age of Empires. You have 200 micro agents you're directing to fix problems, gather information, reach out to people, design new systems, etc. Your value isn't in doing the work anymore. It's in directing an army of AI agents to do it for you. The premium shifts from I know the tax code to I can design the loop that gets the right answers and runs it cheaply. Think about that. The skill isn't knowing things. It's setting up the system of AIs that know things for you and then optimizing those systems to run as efficiently as possible. And this isn't future speculation. It's happening right now. Just this week, Microsoft unveiled major updates at Build 2025 focused on orchestrating multiple AI agents through Copilot Studio. They're literally building tools designed for humans to become conductors of AI orchestras rather than individual performers. And you don't have to just take my word for it. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella just openly admitted that they're building their entire technology stack for this agent orchestrated future. In an interview this week, Nadella confirmed that the entire software industry is transforming to a world where humans delegate to AI agents. When asked directly about the future of vertical SaaS companies, SaaS companies, SaaS, in this new paradigm, Nadella didn't mince words. SaaS applications we built may have to radically change in order to adapt themselves for this future. He described a future where all applications must support what he calls the Agenic Web, a network of AI systems working together with minimal human input. And SaaS, in case you don't know, means software as a service. Remember, you used to own, say, your QuickBooks CD, and you could put it into whatever machine you wanted, and you had the little license number on the back, and you'd enter that in. And then the next thing came along where if you wanted support, you had to upgrade, and that upgrade became software as a service. You were paying monthly or annually to use QuickBooks or some other program that you use. Kind of like Microsoft Word. Now you have to pay that annual fee to use those things. So that's software as a service. Nadella was talking about that, and he described now that Microsoft is building identity management for these AI agents, which is the way everything's shifting, is to these AI agents. They're getting corporate IDs, security permissions, and enterprise roles. So these aren't tools anymore, guys. They're digital employees. You'll manage these digital employees rather than use them. You'll just manage them. As he put it, you're going to manage the agent environment like an endpoint, the same way companies manage human employees today. Nadella explained why they're building these systems to tame either inflation or improve economic growth. We need some help. That's corporate doublespeak for you. The translation is humans aren't productive enough for our economy anymore, so we're building a digital workforce to replace them. Before we go any further, please hit that like and subscribe buttons below. The like button is the thumbs up button, if you didn't know that. And doing that pushes this video out to our Gen Xers demographic, the people that are looking around, searching, trying to figure out what to do, and those people that are interested enough in trying to secure our futures through all of this mess. So please do that. Oh, and in the comment section, I wanted to apologize for not being very active yesterday or today. I got some kind of 24-hour bug that was pretty nasty, and feeling better today, but not 100%. But today I got to spend making up everything I didn't do yesterday. That's what you get when you work for yourself. You take time off, you've got to catch back up. And please stick with me to the end of this video. I know there's a lot here. I know it sounds complicated, but I will explain it in a way that you can understand. And every time you watch a video all the way to the end, you pick up more and more information. And this makes it easier when you go to take your classes. You will have heard of this stuff before. You'll understand what they're talking about, and you'll be ahead of the other people. So if you would, watch the very end. Plus, I've got some other things to show you about how to become an AI orchestrator, or an agent orchestrator, I mean. Okay, so now let me show you what this looks like in real economic terms, okay? For example, so right now, say hiring a human PhD that makes around $200,000 a year. According to recent experiments, running an AI agent that performs at PhD level for a 12-hour task costs about $400. You add like $66 more for another AI to check over everything, and you got a PhD level work you get that work for under $500. So the math is brutal, guys. The math is just brutal. If there's a project the market values at $10,000, say, and you can complete it with AI agents for $2,000, that's an $8,000 profit in your pocket if you do that. But as more people catch on, those margins will shrink, pushing the advantage to those who can orchestrate these systems most efficiently. And companies are already seeing the financial benefits. Salesforce recently unveiled digital teammates in Slack, reporting that their engineering agent alone handled over 18,000 conversations across 3,500 users in just 6 months, saving about 30 hours per channel per month. They openly admitted this could deflect over 50,000 conversations annually, saving 17,000 hours, which is equivalent to more than 8 full-time employees and $1.4 million. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're bragging about it. We can replace humans and save this kind of money. They're just putting it out there, bragging about it on press releases, public information boards, whatever you want to call them. What emerges is a new digital caste system with terrible implications for most of the workforce. At the top will be agent orchestrators, people who direct armies of AI agents to complete complex tasks at minimal costs. These people don't need to know how to do everything. They just need to know how to make AI do it efficiently. In the middle will be AI-enhanced workers, people who use AI tools to augment their productivity but aren't fully orchestrating systems. At the bottom will be everyone else, people whose skills have been democratized by AI and who have not adapted to the new reality. The most chilling part, this middle class is temporary. Wah, wah, wah. As orchestration tools improve and more tasks become automatable, that middle tier will shrink until we're left with orchestrators and economic casualties. According to a comprehensive industry report released this week, all major tech companies are moving in this exact direction. Microsoft, Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, they're all building agent systems designed for more autonomous, collaborative, and specialized intelligent systems, with explicit focus on humans orchestrating rather than doing the work. The parallel to the Industrial Revolution is unavoidable, and some of you have made mention of that in the comments section. Again, I'm very, very thankful for you guys commenting. I love reading them, and I even got to read quite a few yesterday, even though I didn't feel very good. But I didn't feel good. Anyway, so it's like the Industrial Revolution, except the transition won't take generations. It will happen in years, and some of it will happen in months. According to research from MIRI.org, MIRI.org, we're witnessing a quantifiable increase in the complexity of tasks AI can complete. They've created what they call the MER Curve, measuring AI performance based on the length of tasks AI agents can complete. Right now, AI systems can reliably handle tasks that take under an hour with about 50% success. And we're going to touch on that some more here in a minute. But that curve is steepening rapidly. In other words, this is as bad as this technology will ever be. The research predicts that we'll see AI agents that can independently complete a large fraction of software tasks that currently take humans days or even weeks. Remember our good old buddy Eric Schmidt's timeline, 5-year timeline we've talked about numerous times that for superintelligence? So this aligns perfectly with that prediction. By 2030, AI agents will be capable of handling complex projects that currently require teams of specialized humans. And we're seeing evidence of this acceleration right now. This week alone, we're witnessing what tech analysts call AI Super Week with Microsoft Build, Google I/O, and Anthropic's first developer conference all happening at the same time, each one showcasing advancements in agent technology. These companies are racing to release similar agent platforms at exactly the same time, creating a synchronized paradigm shift rather than a gradual evolution. And unlike the gradual automation of the past, this isn't happening sector by sector. It's happening to all knowledge work at the same time. There's another factor accelerating this shift: the unprecedented computing resources these systems require. Microsoft CEO Nadella admitted in that same interview that agents needed more energy than any workload previously, but it's at a different unit of scale. These AI systems are consuming energy at a scale never before seen in computing. The tech giants are racing to build massive data centers, secure energy contracts, and even develop new cooling technologies just to power these ferocious digital brains. So why does this matter to us? Because the massive investment that these companies are making in this infrastructure means that there's no turning back, guys. Companies haven't spent their future on this transformation just to say, didn't work. They spent billions building the factories for this digital workforce. So they're not going to leave them idle. This isn't going away. As Nadella put it, they need social permission to double their energy usage, which means demonstrating value in healthcare, in material science, in broad knowledge work. In other words, showing these systems can replace humans across all industries, not just a few. So what skills do you actually need to become an agent orchestrator instead of just another economic casualty? Well, according to OpenAI's Insider, you need to become very good at assigning flops, compute, liquidity, lab time, human review, etc. to autonomous workflows and agents. In human language, that means you need to understand how AI systems work at a high level, not necessarily how to build them, but how to use them effectively. You need to master prompt engineering, the act of giving AI systems instructions that produce optimal results. I've seen some naysayers in the comments talk about that. But it is an art, and it's like giving anybody instructions. The better directions you give them, the better results you'll get. You need to learn how to break complex tasks into components that AI can handle efficiently. You need to develop judgment about when human review is necessary and when AI can work autonomously. Most importantly, you need to optimize for efficiency, getting the most output for the minimal cost. The core skill is turning cheap intelligence into valuable products while using minimal resources, being efficient. It's about designing systems that produce human-level or better results at a fraction of the cost. We're already seeing tools emerge to support this new role. Google's Project Mariner allows users to give it a task and it will be able to navigate across the internet to complete it, while handling up to 10 tasks at the same time. As the product director explained, the user can take over the task at any time, or they could choose to trust Project Mariner, leave it alone, and not touch it. The exact, orchestration relationship I'm describing. And it compares this new work paradigm to the game Factorio, a factory building simulation where you start with basic tools and gradually build complex automated systems. This isn't just a cute analogy. It's a frighteningly accurate model of how work will function in the AI era. You'll start by automating simple tasks. Then you'll connect those automated processes into more complex workflows. Eventually, you'll build entire systems of AI agents that handle complex projects with minimal human input. Your job becomes monitoring these systems, identifying bottlenecks, and continuously optimizing for efficiency. The infrastructure for this future is already being built. Microsoft just announced support for the Model Context Protocol, MCP, which they're calling the USB-C of AI apps, which was developed by Anthropic, by the way. It helps agents connect with each other, and there's another one coming up that does an even better job. But it's interesting that Anthropic, who's the creators of Claude, if you use Claude, Claude is another LLM like ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini. Anyway, they developed it, and everybody is adapting it so that agents can talk to each other. And they're explicitly preparing Windows for a world of AI agents, where agents are a part of how customers interact with their apps and devices. And again, this isn't speculation; it's happening. It's being talked about at all these conferences that are going on at the same time, which is amazing and very interesting, but stupid. DeepMind's Alpha Evolve, which I covered last video, has been optimizing Google's vast data centers for over a year, continuously recovering 0.7% of Google's worldwide compute resources. The companies that masters this agent orchestration will compound their advantages faster than competitors. Those that try to just bolt on AI systems or AI workflows, that's not going to work, and that will fail. Anyway, just when you thought this digital dystopia couldn't get more organized, Google has unveiled the infrastructure that will let all these AI agents talk to each other, something called the Agent-to-Agent Protocol, or A2A. This isn't just another API. It's creating an entire social network for AI systems to collaborate, negotiate, and execute tasks with minimal human involvement. Google describes it as technology that allows Gen AI agents built on diverse frameworks by different companies, running on separate servers, to communicate and collaborate effectively as agents, not just as tools. Translation, they're building a universal language so the digital workforce can coordinate your replacement across company boundaries. For those of you who don't speak Silicon Valley, there's what's known as an SDK. It's a software development kit. Basically, it's a toolbox that makes it easy for developers to implement this protocol. Google's releasing these SDKs for Python, JavaScript, and other programming language, meaning any developer can quickly add this agent communication capability to their AI systems. No PhD required, guys, just a few lines of code. And suddenly your company's AI assistant is gossiping with your client's AI assistant about which human to replace next. The most terrifying part, this protocol is specifically designed so agents can operate without exposing their internal state, memory, or tools. They're creating AI systems that can communicate with each other in ways we can't monitor, in ways humans can't monitor. The black boxes are talking to the other black boxes, and we don't know what they're saying. And with this A2A protocol, agents can discover what other agents can do, negotiate how they want to communicate, collaborate on long-running tasks, keep their internal workings hidden from human oversight. This isn't some theoretical proposal. Look it up. Google is releasing sample code, integration guides, and compatibility with every major AI framework, from LangGraph to Crew AI to Semantic Kernel. They're handing out free copies to anyone who wants one, and why wouldn't they? More people use the system, more people use their agents, more money they make. So think about the implications. When Adela talked about the Agenic Web, this is the technology making it possible. An AI agent at your company could seamlessly collaborate with AI agents at your clients, vendors, or partners. No humans required in the loop. This is how the individual agent systems I've been warning you about become an interconnected network of economic replacement. Not just single agents doing individual tasks, but coordinated teams of digital workers communicating with each other to handle complex workflows that previously required humans collaborating with them. There is, however, one current limitation in this AI revolution, what researchers call long-term coherence. And again, we spoke about it a minute ago, the 50% part. Current AI agents excel at discrete tasks, small tasks, or smaller tasks. with clear beginnings and clear ends. But they struggle with long horizon projects that require maintaining context and goals over extended periods. If you've ever worked with an LLM, if you've ever worked with ChatGPT or something, if you give it 5 or 6 things you want it to do all at the same time or all at once, you get it. It'll give you the first few, but sometimes it'll forget what you said after the third or fourth one. In a recent experiment called Vending Bench, AI agents were tasked with running a vending machine business. While some performed well, others went completely off the rails, and one even tried to call the FBI because it thought it was being defrauded when inventory didn't arrive on time. That's like people that call 911 because somebody stole their pot. This limitation creates a temporary sanctuary for humans as orchestrators, people who direct these powerful but somewhat narrow AI systems towards coherent long-term goals. But don't get too comfortable. This limitation is likely temporary. Researchers are actively working on extending AI coherence, and breakthroughs could come at any moment. I said it before, I'll say it again. This is the worst this technology will ever be. OpenAI just released Codeex, a software engineering agent that works in its own cloud-based environment to handle coding tasks without needing constant supervision. It can write features, fix bugs, run tests, and even handle end-to-end engineering tasks, all while operating within its own isolated environment. It's one of many examples showing how rapidly AI agents are gaining autonomous capabilities. In fact, recent experiments show that while humans outperform AI on complex tasks that take more than 24 hours, AI is dramatically faster and more efficient at shorter tasks. The crossover point is constantly shifting in AI's favor, of course. So what's your action plan? How do you position yourself as an agent orchestrator instead of ending up economically obsolete? First, learn the fundamentals of AI capability. You don't need to become a machine learning engineer, but you must understand what different AI systems can and cannot do. Master prompt engineering and AI workflow design. Practice breaking complex tasks into components that current AI can handle effectively. We just said they need shorter tasks to be able to work better. So you need to use what's called prompt engineering, which just means giving good directions to the AI. You know, if you've ever been lost and somebody says, turn at the second to the last house, how do you know it's the second to the last house until you get to the end of the road? You have to turn around, come back to the other house. So it's just like that. The better your directions to the AI, the better it will perform. And then you break each section down into smaller steps so that something that's, fairly complex, a longer task can be broken down into smaller parts that you explain how to do, and then the AI does it for you, or explain what you want done, and the AI will do it for you. The next one is develop system thinking. Start seeing work as interconnected processes rather than discrete tasks. Begin experimenting with simple agent workflows. Use available AI tools to automate small tasks, then connect them into larger workflows, just like I said. Focus on efficiency above all. Practice getting the maximum output from minimal resources. Begin learning one cloud platform, whether it's AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. These are where you'll deploy more complex agent systems. Remember, the goal isn't to compete with AI at doing tasks. That's a losing battle. The goal is to become the conductor of an AI orchestra, directing powerful tools towards complex goals that create genuine value. The window to develop these skills is rapidly closing. As AI capabilities increase and orchestration tools become more user-friendly, the barrier to entry will temporarily lower before competition intensifies. Those who position themselves as agent orchestrators in the next 12 to 24 months will have the advantage in the new digital economy. Those who wait will find themselves competing against increasingly capable AI systems and humans who've already mastered orchestration. So please subscribe for more insights on navigating this AI revolution, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. And please hit the like button. And coming up in the next episode, because you asked for it, the collapse of the consumer economy, what happens when no one has a job. That's been all over the comments section, so we're going to do an entire episode on it. We'll explore the fundamental paradox that's keeping economists up at night. In a world where AI eliminates most human employment, who's left with money to buy the products and services these companies are selling? The answer might be even more terrifying than the job displacement itself. Well, of course. Remember, in the age of the agent orchestrator, you're either conducting the AI orchestra or you're just another instrument being played. So choose wisely. We'll see you in the next episode.